Hi, welcome to my channel, Easy or Else, a place where I can share random things that I've learned, whether it's crafts, gift packaging, cooking, things that turned out pretty fabulous and may have looked complicated, but in reality, they were pretty easy. Who doesn't love easy, right? So, let's do this. Today's tutorial will show you how to do some fun surface stitches, and it's just a basic slip stitch or a single crochet, and then how to mix that with the bobble stitch to create a nice transition, especially on scarves or afghans if you want to add a little dimension. So to get started, again I'm using a K-hook 6.5 and just some 7-ounce red heart yarn. Although it's important to note that you could use a heavier weight yarn, especially on an afghan like this where you've got some larger holes. You could use a larger yarn as long as the wash properties are the same, and you would just skip every other stitch. But let me help you see how to get started. You're going to allow the yarn to hang off about 6 inches. We'll start with just a slip stitch. Most of the tutorials will show you that you have to have you're starting with your working yarn underneath, and I was just looking for an easier way to be able to hold it in my lap and not have to have my hand underneath, and this one turns out fine. So allow that to hang off. I'm going to be using just the stitch spaces right here, right at the transition. Pull up a loop. Now start with your working yarn, pull up a loop, give that a little tug. Hold your yarn at the top end of it, down, up, yarn over, pull up a loop, and pull through. There's your first slip stitch. And you can just keep going all the way along. Pull up and pull through. This is a great one to just sit and hold in your lap. It's actually harder to get started. Once you go along, the weight holds itself. Pull up and pull through. And you can use just that stitch, go all the way across. Let me do a couple more and then you can see how it looks. It definitely covers up that zipper effect between the black and the white. And as I get going, I just hold the yarn tension between my 2 fingers to keep it from getting tangled, and you can actually get pretty fast. The only other thing you need to remember is don't keep too tight of a tension. It'll start to kind of snug this up. Keep your stitches loose. Let's pull that out so you can see. So there's your slip stitched edge. Now let me go back, pull that out, and show you how to do a single crochet, which actually is going to add a ridge, and it's going to give better coverage. This is a good stitch to use for the post, which is the cable chain surface stitch that I'm going to do. So let's pull that back out and say we just started again. We're going to do the same thing, only in single crochet. There's our first loop. This time we're going to go down, up, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, just like a single crochet. Let's do that again. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. We're going to go all the way across. You're going to see what this creates. Again, I'm using my finger to hold that yarn in place, but keeping it fairly loose. Yarn over, pull through 2. This gives a really nice, almost an I-cord edge on it. Covers up that transition color and gives a really nice dimension. Let's do one more and pull through 2. Now you can see the difference. See how that sits on top and gives a really nice ridge. This is also the base that I use for the bobble stitch, which looks like this. I'm using a single crochet and then a bobble. I'll do a tutorial to show you how to do that as well. But look at the difference between no dimension and then adding either an I-cord edge or some fun white and brown bobbles. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Try it for yourself and see what you can update.